Economic arguments for independence last time around was that North Sea oil would help support Scotland, and back in 2014 you can see here oil prices were high and the expectation from the Office of Budget Responsibility was that they would stay high off into the future. So back then the Scottish Government predicted oil revenues this year would be between £7 and £8 billion in the pocket. Here's what happened in the event. Oil prices dropped and they are predicted now to stay low, and government revenues now look like they might be zero or even negative. And the upshot is Scotland is now even more reliant than ever on the UK, with a fiscal subsidy of £1,638 per person in 2015-16. That goes from the rest of the UK to Scotland, and that's the difference between Scotland's enormous deficit and the rest of the UK's slightly less enormous one. So the big question for anyone seeking independence is how to make that good. But there is, of course, another thing that's changed since last time. Britain is leaving the EU, which begs the question, what if Scotland rejoined it? Then it could theoretically benefit from this stuff, more structural EU funds, which are designed to help the less well-off members. You've got some investment that might shift across the border into Scotland, which might in turn boost productivity in Scotland. They need that productivity boost. Then again, the question is, would that be enough to generate £1,700? And would Scotland actually be allowed to rejoin? So lots of unanswered questions there, of which this one is perhaps the biggest. What currency would an independent Scotland have? Last time around, the Scottish Government said they wanted to keep the pound, but that's trickier this time around, especially if they aim to join the EU. So Scotland might well be, sterling might well be off the table. It could go for its own currency, so the new Scottish pound, or it could join the euro. Last time around, everything hinged on this question, so expect plenty more talk about that if a referendum is confirmed.